Hello everyone, Nick the DM here. Before this video starts, I want to ask that if you like this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more videos like this. With that out of the way, let me tell you about the Sun/Desert Giants. For those of you who have seen my Forest/Jungle Giant video, you'll know that sometimes when a monster is in multiple editions, the name of that monster will change. This is the case with these giants. In advanced D&D, they were known as the Desert Giants, but when they were introduced to 3.5, they were renamed and thus became the Sun Giants, which can cause a lot of confusion. But their build, abilities, and society stayed the same. Sun Giants stand anywhere between 16 and 17 feet tall and weigh nearly 7,000 pounds. They can live to be up to 400 years old, but seldom do, and I will tell you why in a bit. A young sun giant has silky black hair that becomes dry and ashy as they age. Sun giants can be found traveling in tribes, moving throughout the deserts where they live for the entirety of their lives. They care little for the entrapments of civilization, choosing to never set up camp in one place for too long, mostly living in tents and smaller shelters instead of homes and buildings. Due to their exposure to the harsh elements, sun giants have tough, wrinkled skin even from an early age, so even the youngest of sun giants will have tougher skin if they're exposed. Most of the time they are. The most notable feature of the sun giant, though, are their sparkling blue eyes, seemingly unaffected by the desert conditions. Sun giants wear loose-fitting, pale-colored robes that cover most of their bodies, though they never wear shoes, whether they are walking or riding mounts, which they often do. So if you ever encounter them, or if you ever run encounters with them, they will often be riding mounts and traveling in packs. While they are capable of throwing rocks like other giants, because of their environment, they don't often have a supply of them on hand. So you will seldom see a sun giant actually throw a rock, though they do have the ability, and I included that in their stats, which I will touch on later. The sun giant's relationship with the other true giants is unknown, though as far as we can tell, they are not descendants of Anem the Allfather. The final thing about the Sun/Desert Giants is their curse. This changed between editions, as it was not mentioned in 3.5, but in Advanced D&D, all Desert Giants were victim to a divine curse that slowly turned them to stone as they age, which is why, as I mentioned earlier, not a lot of them made it to 400 years old. Or maybe they would have lived longer had they not had this curse on them. Regardless, this curse made their weight almost double what it currently, on average is, about 7,000 pounds while fully grown. So making them around 14,000, which is astronomical. The desert giants that were about to be petrified had one very obvious telling sign. Their eyes turned from that sparkling blue color they are known for to a brownish color. That meant their petrification was going to happen very, very soon. How or why they were cursed is unknown, but one fact remains: their civilization has utterly vanished. 3.5 has no mention of this curse, maybe to show that these are an unaffected tribe, or maybe they were cursed but they were cured. Either way, the players may encounter more fossilized sun giants than living ones, especially if you're going with a traditional setting. And now, let me show you the stats I made for bringing them into 5th edition. The Sun Giant, or the Desert Giant, whatever you choose to use as a naming, they can be different for each region. They are a huge giant and neutral alignment. They have an armor class of 13, which is natural armor, just due to their tough skin. They have 162 hit points, or 13d12 plus 78, and a walking speed of, or not walking exactly, but like in combat move speed of 40 feet. Their ability scores, starting off with strength, they have a 28 strength, which makes them, according to official D&D 5e standpoints, the second highest strength score of any giant, second only to storm giants. Next, they have a dexterity of 10, a constitution of 23, intelligence of 13, wisdom of 15, and charisma of 13. They have saving throws like most other giants, proficiency in dexterity, constitution, and wisdom saves. Skills, they have animal handling proficiency, athletics proficiency, perception proficiency, and stealth proficiency. They don't have any immunities, but they do have resistance to fire damage, which is, I imagine, just due to the environment they live in. For senses, they have a dark vision of 60 feet, passive perception of 16, and they can speak common and giant. They have a challenge rating of 9. Now, for abilities, they have desert camouflage. The giant has advantage on dexterity or stealth checks to hide in sandy terrain. This might be due to what they wear or how they naturally look, but regardless, this is an ability they had consistently throughout editions. Innate spellcasting. The Sun Giant has innate spellcasting, and they use charisma, as a lot of innate spellcasting does. They have a spell save of 13, a +5 to hit with spell attacks, and they can innately cast the following spells requiring no material components. At will, they can cast Spike Growth. 3 times per day, they can cast Stone Shape, and once per day, they can cast Wall of Stone. For actions, they only have their one multi-attack, and that allows them to make 2 spear attacks. Their spear, which is a melee or a ranged weapon, has a +13 to hit, because it's thrown, a reach of 10 feet, or a range of 40 feet, or long range of 120 feet if it's thrown. They hit one target. It does 19 or 3d6 plus 9 piercing damage if used with one hand or if thrown, or 3d8 plus 9, 22 piercing damage if used with 2 hands, and specifically on a melee attack. Now, of course, I told you I would add rock, and I did add a rock because any giant worth their salt will have rock. They have a +13 to hit, a normal range of 60 feet, a long range of 240 feet, hits one target, and does 35 or 4d12 plus 9 bludgeoning damage. And that's it for today's video. I know it's a little bit of a shorter one, but there's not a lot to talk about with the Sun/Desert Giant. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope that I will see you next time. I try to upload weekly, so my next video should be out by next Friday, or on next Friday, as I tend to cut it short with deadlines. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time. Bye!